going on, everybody? It's your boy Ken with my boy
Patrick.
That's Isaiah Master, and we here in the man cave today. And today we want to talk about the phenom of fantasy football. And Pat and myself we both fantasy lovers. We both love the football. We love football, and we think fantasy. Like some people, some hate it, some love it, but we're one of the people that love the game of fantasy football.
Oh, yeah.
So Pat today is going to be talking about how his strategies, how he got into it, and so we're going to make a couple of videos for you guys, and we really want some feedback as to what you feel about the strategies, and if you have any questions, you can find us on Instagram. I'll be giving you those links at the end of the videos, and you can find us on Twitter. I'll be giving you those links as well, and we also have a Facebook coming up soon, so just get ready for us. It's Divergent Sports. It's your boy Ken, it's your boy Pat, and so we're about to get this thing started. So Pat,
as I like to say, the vanilla and Coke.
Yeah.
So I started playing fantasy football back in 1996. As Ken said, this is something that I love doing, something I've loved to do probably over the past 19, 20 years. There's some set strategies that you can use. A lot of different people have different strategies depending on the league. So we have 10-team leagues, we have 12-team leagues, we have 14-team leagues, we have 16-team leagues. We have IVP leagues. We also have PPR leagues, which are points per reception. If we just want to stick to something simple, we're going to stick to the 10-team league and the 12-team league, which is something I like to do. So we have websites such as ESPN, websites such as Yahoo, websites such as Fanball. These are websites I've used over the years to do a lot of my free fantasy football teams. So I first started through my stepbrother. He was the first one to get me involved. And just a quick story, my second year doing this, I actually went undefeated throughout the entire regular season, went undefeated through the playoffs, and he ended up beating me the very last game, the championship game. It's the only game I lost all year. And it was only because he had Marshall Faulk and because I had Marcus Robinson. If you remember, only old school fantasy football heads would remember this. Marcus Robinson was a wide receiver for the Chicago Bears. The only time I sat him all season was the championship game, I believe it was week 16. Well, he ended up scoring 2 touchdowns. I ended up losing by, I think, about 13, 14 points. If I would have put him in, I would have won.
So you've been at this for
a long time.
Because you're talking about Marshall Faulk.
Marshall Faulk. I mean, when I first started playing, it was guys like Terrell Davis, guys like Steve Young. Cordell Stewart was still quarterback for the Steelers.
Wow.
When I first started playing.
So a guy like Cordell Stewart get a lot of points. I mean, he kicked
the
ball.
Did one year. He did one year.
He did.
And he was my favorite player at one point. Just to say, we're Steelers fans, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been playing since the likes of him, Andre Reed for the Bills, just a lot of guys. But so the big thing with fantasy football, I think the thing that's changed the most, and it's the thing that's changed with NFL itself, is that it's going from a running league to a passing league.
Right.
So if you look at most draft strategies now, you see that quarterbacks are becoming more and more valuable, depending on what the league is. So we were actually talking before we were going to do this video, and Ken was actually asking me a really good question. He asked, well, would you take a quarterback in the first round? Would you take a quarterback in the second round? To me, it all depends, obviously, on the type of draft you're doing. Is the league quarterback dependent where they're giving you 6 points for a quarterback touchdown? Is the league going to award you 4 points only for a quarterback touchdown like most standard leagues do? That would be ESPN, that'd be Yahoo. So most standard leagues will start out. Let's start out by doing this. We could even write it down. A quarterback gets 4 points for every single touchdown. Quarterback also gets 1 point for every single 25 yards that he throws for. The only downside a quarterback can really have is that he gets -2 points for every interception he has. And now there's other little bonuses we can get into, but we'll get into those in other videos. But the only other thing I would say is that for a quarterback, if you throw for touchdowns over 50 yards, we might do a bonus point of like 1 or 2 points. But that's not the major point right now. The major point is that when it comes to playing fantasy football, when it comes to drafting, you have to have a set strategy each and every league that you walk into. The most important thing I will say, though, is that for me at least, and this is how I've taught Ken, this is how I've taught friends, this is how I've taught even my brother-in-law, I might try to get my brother-in-law's last couple of years where I helped him win a couple championships, but that's neither here nor there.
Because you've been winning.
I've been winning.
Helping people win a lot
I'm
of
not
championships.
I'm not.
Let's just be real.
I'm not an arrogant person. I'm not conceited at all, and I will never put myself. But yes, if we were to look at something that I do very, very well, it is this. I'm very good at fantasy football. Football to me is almost like second nature. I love football. I've watched football since I was a little kid. I know stats, I know teams, I know college football players, I scout players. Football is just something I know almost like the back of my hand. I love football, and especially fantasy football. But here's actually something that's really important. I wish I would have said earlier.
Okay.
There was a Forbes article, and this came out, I think, a couple months ago, and it said that the NFL itself earned about $10.5 billion.
Oh yeah.
The fantasy football market actually earned over $12 billion.
Wow.
So it's crazy to think that the fantasy football market is actually out earning the actual NFL itself. I mean, I know 1.5 billion is not that big of a discrepancy, maybe to people like.
But when you beat the NFL at what their game is,
yes, absolutely,
you're doing something.
It shows how many people are invested into playing and how many people just in general love to play this game.
So it's really important to have strategy and have
absolutely
and to know how to pick.
Yep.
Because some people just love it just for
just to play on
and then some people are in it for higher stakes. We're not saying either. We're not endorsing either one. We're just showing how to pick strategies. Finding how to pick behind different players and
absolutely.
So
this is why we started this for common people. Me and Ken actually had this idea. We feel like this is most important for the common person who wants to play.
Right.
We're not doing this for super fame and fortune. This is just something that we've worked on for a long time, and we feel that because so many people play now. I mean, I honestly remember back in '96, '97 where very few people were playing this. Even buddies I had who I played lacrosse with, guys I played football with. Few people understood what this was. Now, you go into an office, you see everyone playing.
Right. Because I honestly thought, me personally, I thought it was a joke. I was like, man, who are these geeks? Like, they're putting these numbers in I'm like, man, just watch the game. Like,
watch the game.
That's how everybody felt at first. Like, just watch the game.
And it makes the game, we used to say it makes the game more interesting. Because then it's almost like, the funny thing is, I'll be watching the Steelers play.
Right.
And let's say my buddy has a player on the Steelers. It's almost like you're rooting against your own team sometimes because you're like, I want Ben Roethlisberger to score a touchdown, but I don't want him scoring more than 2. Because if he does, I'm gonna lose my fantasy.
Well, see, that boils down to a whole nother subject that we'll get on.
We'll get into that.
And you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Like how people they take the fantasy football a little more serious sometimes than the actual game.
Oh yes.
So we'll get into that. That's another discussion.
But we're going to do some interesting things. So, in some of these videos, we're going to do stuff like, we're going to pick a poll every single week of 5 players.
Right.
We're going to pick a poll based off each position. So we're going to have 5 receivers, 5 quarterbacks, 5 running backs. The thing we're going to do, though, is we're going to go into leagues because I'm already signed up for free ESPN. I'll probably do some free Yahoo. Lord knows I'll probably do too many. Well, I'll forget about half of them. But we're going to look in each league to see players who are available in free agency.
Right.
So these are going to be players that are not really picked up by any team. And we're going to put out a poll every single week that says, this is a player you should look at for this coming week. And when we get enough people to actually sign up and look on our website, we're going to let you vote for the player you think is going to do the best that week. And we'll post it each and every week. We'll say, this is the wide receiver that was picked. This was the quarterback that was picked. This was the running back that was picked.
Because at Divergent Sports, our main thing is, like we say, we two common guys who love sports. We love fantasy football.
Yes,
we want to have fan participation. We want to have fun together.
That's the biggest thing.
And that's what makes it sweet because it's a lot. It's not just us that love the game like this.
Exactly.
And those are things we're looking forward to, is us all getting together, like finding like-minded men and women, and we're all vibing and enjoying the season. Because to me, I look at fantasy football like this. I think it helps the season move along and it helps it to be more exciting.
Yes, it does.
That's my opinion.
I agree.
So
it's the type of thing where you can get. It's almost like getting families involved. Like I've even interested in my mom to the point like she won't play, but she's actively aware. She's like, who do you have this week? who actually did well for you this week. I'm like, all right, at least you're kind of keeping up with it a little bit. But Ken hit the biggest point. We want people to feel involved in this. This is something that we basically want to get back and have people take hold of. And we essentially want you to run it with us. So we want you posting topics. We want you, eventually I would like to, we want to design a website where people can come on and can post their own topics. So it's not just going to be topics coming from us. You're going to be able to post your own topics and then get real answers in real time from other fantasy football players.
Exactly. And that's real key, because I think when we all are part of different leagues, but I think when you got a group of people working together, like, hey man, what would you do in this situation, and then and you get incredible feedback, I think that's big and important. Absolutely. Because some people have a lot riding on it.
Sometimes.
But myself, I just look at it like it's good, wholesome fun. It's a little stress reliever, a little tension breaker, and for those who don't go too far. But at the same time, that's what we're getting into, different strategies. Pat, like I said, that's our Zen master. That's the doctor. That's why he has his tie. He's the doctor.
FSU, baby.
So FSU. That we both like the same thing. I'm a Steelers fan. I'm an FSU fan. That's so right. It's crazy. So we hope you guys enjoyed the video. We have some more videos about to come up soon.
Yes.
So get ready. Divergent Sports. Pat, Ken.
Divergent Sports, man. Look out for the draft strategy. That's what's coming next.
It's coming next. So get ready.